When was the last time you were truly entertained? Not as far as like a watch along goes, but just on TV, truly entertained. With something that happened on WWE.
On WWE,
yeah.
I got to tell you, the last Crown Jewel, I was very entertained by. That stood out to me.
Yeah. Oddly enough, yeah,
their pay-per-views have been good. I don't think there's anything really wrong with their pay-per-views, but I do think this should have been a show that's a constant home run for them. And I think that's the problem here. When you go into Royal Rumble, everybody expects a home run, but maybe we got onto third base, and that's never going to be good enough because the expectation for this show, it's a beloved show, it's a beloved match, and people have very high expectations of what they want to see. They want to see the returns, they want to see the old, the legends, they want to see all that stuff, and you get it some years, and some years you don't, and that's where we're at. But they have conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
The audience into not believing into non-mega matches. You don't believe in those matches. You think nothing will happen because it's not a pay-per-view match. Nothing will happen because it's not the chosen one. I think if they could easily change that in like 6 weeks. It takes 6 weeks of TV conditioning to kind of change the pattern. Have some title changes happen on TV, man. Why not do a Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley on Raw? Why not?
Right.
Why not have a world title match with Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns on SmackDown? See, this is they have fallen into a pattern that is so, just so organized where it's now a detriment.
Yeah, but also like, and let's talk, this is just like a hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's also some form of like corporate FU to other wrestling companies to not have such emphasis on belts and such? Because you hear it from ex-WWE wrestlers where the belts there are they're a prop more than anything else.
WWE. Here's a good example, right?
Okay.
Jon Moxley facing gimme like a workhorse in that company.
In WWE?
No, AEW.
Last night, good example. Let's say like Wheeler Yuta. The guy's trying to get...
give me someone a little bit more established. Give me like someone
Frankie
below...
Kazarian.
Okay, Frankie Kazarian. Jon Moxley, Frankie Kazarian for the title in the main event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I think Frankie Kazarian is going to beat Jon Moxley? No, I don't. But I'm still intrigued by that match. I still want to see that match. Cesaro and Bobby Lashley in the Raw main event.
Okay.
I should say, man, you know what? I gotta wait till 11 to see this finish. I want to see this match. I want to see what Cesaro could do, right? But I don't. And that's nothing to do with me and my wants and my likes, because that's a match that I want to see. It has to do more with the emphasis put on, is this must-see TV?
Right?
I should not contemplate if I want to watch TikTok on my phone or watch the main event on Raw. That should never be a thought that goes through my mind as someone that covers wrestling and someone that loves pro wrestling. WWE, AEW, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm conditioned to not really care because either nothing is going to happen, it's going to be a DQ finish, it's not going to lead to anything, Cesaro's not getting a push from this, Lashley's not gaining, notoriety as a champion. You kind of fall into this, well, it's just the match. And that is a problem. And I think that's the main problem for WWE. You could talk about the creative all you want, but when matches just become just a match, an IC title match should matter. Rey versus AJ from Monday. Right?
Okay.
Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles had a qualifier match.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was buzzing about this.
Right.
WWE fans weren't buzzing about it on Twitter, because I was on social media that whole night because I was really curious to see how people are going to react to this. And I wasn't on mine. I was looking at the hashtags for WWE because, our bubble is a little bit more developed based on our audience, who I follow, right? These are people that tweet with us, they engage with us. It's not the general norm. People were not really... It was a fantastic match. It was a great match.
Right.
There was no real buzz. That's a problem.
But is it a problem in general, or just for diehard wrestling fans?
I think it's a problem in general because
Okay.
the casual fans now will, some, not most, but some, many, will turn into the diehards. And you're preventing that from happening. There's no emphasis on importance of matches. The reason why Eddie Guerrero became world champion and Eddie was so beloved was because of those matches on Nitro.
Yeah.
Right? Those cruiserweight matches. People loved it. People were into it. Why? Because you were taught that this is an important thing. This is a very unique thing that you're going to see that you can't get somewhere else. That's why people loved Eddie Guerrero. You know, it's just how it is. It's just, if you tell people that this should be important to you, it becomes important to you until it's not, until you're conditioned not to. And that was the demise of WCW at the end of the day. You know, and I'm not saying that that's where WWE is or they're going to end up like that, but they need to get very careful with how they're developing talent and the importance of how important is this guy to me? Should I care about him? If I don't care about him, then what are we doing here? Every match I should care about. Some less, some more, but I should care about it. I shouldn't have this attitude of, well, it's just AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio. It's not going to go anywhere. They're just having a match. How many times have you called me or somebody, you know, we used to do this all the time where I would send you a text. I'm like, dude, put on Raw now. Put on SmackDown now. This match is fire. Right?
Yeah.
We do that with AEW still, like in the chat. I don't get those messages from my friends anymore about Raw. And that's scary. And I am an advocate for great wrestling. I don't care if you don't like WWE. I like WWE. I like WWE matches. I like certain matches from them, but I also don't like a lot of the stuff that they do, and I'm capable of saying, listen, this isn't for me. I do the same for AEW constantly. And we talk about this all the time about AEW and some of their problems. As a whole, I love wrestling, but there's a lot of stuff happening, especially on the WWE side, that I feel is going to disenfranchise people even more. And they need to they need to be very careful, and they need to become very aware of this. Sorry, Rich, I went on a rant.
No worries. That's what this show is all about.
Thanks for checking out this clip. For more, be sure to like and subscribe. In addition to this channel, the Mattman Podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts, and it's also available on F4WOnline.com as part of the Wrestling Observer Network.